So if you enjoy this video and want to see more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal link in the description box, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Also, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get more views.
Trump has done everything he said he would do 7 months in, and he's only been blocked on 3 big measures by Congress, but he's done everything he said he'd do. He's gotten much of it done, and he's fought to get the rest of it through. He said, I will fight, I will succeed, and I will keep moving forward till we get it all done. And in 7 months, he's had a devastating group of major body blows and uppercuts to the jaw of the New World Order. That it was like a collection of mentally ill people acting like goblins. And they even did a weird anti-Trump ritual. Well, yeah, they've had witches all over the country call for spirits to come into our dimension to attack Trump. And whether you believe in any of this or not, when you go out and you look at them and you experience them, they're not acting. And you'll run into one of them and then be in another city, and it's like the same person, but a different body. And they say the same weird stuff and the same little jokes and gibber like demons. And now more and more people are seeing the footage I'm talking about, and they're experiencing it, and it's like, what is it? Because I, growing up, you know, was Christian, but I was more atheistic in my mind. I wasn't sure if all this stuff was real. I knew that the establishment churches were annoying. I knew I didn't like that. I knew they were full of baloney. But when you look at the behavior of these people, it's just a bunch of losers. And then every culture talks about times and civilization when people become decadent and then become demon-possessed. The Asians say it. Ancient Indian texts say it. The ancient Chinese texts say it. The ancient African texts say it. The ancient Greek texts say it. The ancient Babylonian texts say it. The ancient Druidic texts say it. The ancient Mesoamerican Mayan cultures say it. They say that there's times when all of a sudden people go insane and are entered by evil spirits and begin to act out and try to destroy all that's good. They want to sexualize your children. They want to force you to take vaccines. They want to pull down our sovereignty. They want to bring people in that have diseases. And then they act just like insane demonic creatures. So is this just an area of the brain that gets activated? You know, the lower animal brain, the reptile brain, as it's called? Or is it something different? Are they picking up a broadcast? The power structure, the social engineers seem to know what they're doing, though. And they've created these giant hordes of unwashed masses of every race, color, and creed who are unified by a spirit of hatred, a spirit that hates life, and a spirit that above all wants to control the prosperous, the honorable, those that want to be pure, those that resonate with the light, those that love God, are hated by those that love death. All those that hate me love death, Jesus Christ said. You won't find Jesus Christ in one of these establishment churches. But let me tell you something. You go out and you go to one of these anti-Trump events, or you go to a mainline Democratic Party event, and they'll tell you, hell, it's even in mainline literature now, that they believe killing babies is a sacrament. They believe it's to hurt Christians. They believe it gives them power, and they get off on it, and they'll tell you, I kill my babies, and I like it. And I tell me more, and they go, Satan, Satan. And they're not trying to shock you when they eat their boogers or tell you they love Satan. They're not acting like Linda Blair because they're trying to be bad. They, by approximation, have given themselves over to the spirit and given themselves over to the media and given themselves over to the spirit of this world. And now it's all they've got. And they want you destroyed. And they're not going to give up until it happens. Go to their parades. Go to their events. Go and experience it. And they bully each other, and they fight with each other, and they try to make themselves more extreme over and over and over again, hissing hatefully, wanting to pull down everything. They're not tolerant. They're intolerant of you. They believe you're mentally ill because they're confused, they're lost, and they're led by a resonance, an archetype, a spirit. I don't need to list all the things that have happened. The enemy keeps saying he's a failure, he's a joke, he's mentally ill, because they're saying you're a failure, you're a joke, you're mentally ill, you're demoralized, you're defeated. Let me tell you something. You go out to a Democratic Party event, or you go out to any of these liberal events, they are absolutely lost, sad dregs of society. They look like the little creatures in The Little Mermaid from Disney, the Hans Christensen story turned into a movie. The little slaves, the little souls that Ursula with Flotsam and Jetsam have down in her little grotto at the bottom of the ocean, the people that she's tricked to give their will to, they've turned their will over to her. And if you look at the little creatures down at the bottom of the grotto, got to pull that up, you see what these people physically look like. And you can even see what they once looked like, but there's this shadow of them now. They have been vampirically, spiritually shined onto this, and then they are just sucked dry. Or they look like little slaves that have had much of their essence sucked in the dark crystal. They're like bringing in the food and stuff for the Skeksis and bumbling around. And it's very sad until you realize all that's left of them is the enemy's hate for humanity and life and honor and strength and beauty. And so they are just ravenous little demons. And then you realize, oh my God, it's all spiritual. It's real. These people are husk of what they were. And peering out of them, I was in Seattle, and there were lots of nice families and crowds and groups of people and all the colors of the rainbow, you know, Asian folks, Hispanic, black, white, half the folks were mixed. And our listeners were always light in their eyes, smart, had facts, were going places. You'd see a guy walking over with a great-looking woman on his arm. You knew he'd be a listener. Folks with kids on their shoulders, happy, down at the market. Good-looking women waving at you. And then you'd see the people that hated me. One of them would notice me like a zombie. They'd go, ugh. And all of a sudden, a light would come to their eyes a little bit like, ah. And then they'd look around. They'd wait till a crowd of folks got there, knowing a few of them would be in the crowd. But it was all subconscious. It was all coward-driven. Group together. Now say it. F you, Nazi, and then run away and try to watch to see if someone did something to me. Because they're manipulated by their masters, so everything they do is also a shadow of what their masters do. And so it goes up the hierarchy. So it's just crazy to realize that, like zombies, they're kind of moving around slow at first. So one of them notices you and goes, brains. And those go, ah. And like one of them's kind of leaning up against the wall. And they walk over, they go, Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. I am an intellectual. I am scientist. You're like, wow. Another one walks over, Nazis, I'm afraid of them. And then literally a minute later, you see him like in like a corner of a door, like eating a booger in front of you. And I mean, it's just like, whoa, I'm not kidding. They would walk over and like eat boogers in front of me. And then that happened like twice. It's like a spirit. It's like they're run by some program, and it's crazy. It's not like Agent Smith gets into their body and he's all cool in a suit and well-spoken. It's like something else jumps in, and it's like Slimer from Ghostbusters. And it's like, I've already run into this spirit 2 or 3 times today. And then you run into another one, and you get to where you recognize the spirits, and you realize this is like Avatar or something. But it's not like advanced aliens came and jacked into their bodies. It's like some interdimensional thing happened where like trillions of goblin spirits or something came into the planet. I don't know. And then it physically takes them over. Excuse me. I know this is insane. It is insane. You've got to go out and experience it for yourself. And all they see is you're awake and you're alive and you care. And they take the fact that you care as a way to bludgeon you and beat you and bully you, telling you you're a bad person, knowing you want to be a good person until you turn your will over to them. And then they smile and go, I mean, the universities, they get your young people in there, they bully them, they make them submit, and the professors walk around and go, oh. I mean, literally. Anybody that's been to college has experienced it. And so I'd sit there in college and go, let me test this out. I'm going to write the most socialist paper I can and go from getting an 85 to a 100. And I'd even misspell everything and just have it horrible. And it was just 100. And they'd say, you want to come have coffee with me after? And I'd say, oh, I've got to go. And that's when I got out of college. I'm like, this is totally fake. This is complete fraud. I've basically, since I was a young person, I'd lie about taking money out of my dad's wallet or stealing beer out of the neighbor's golf cart. I did stuff like that. Because, I'm 14 and I'm going to knock on this girl's door and I want to grab a six-pack and go hang out on the top of the golf course with her at night and drink beer. I got to get some beer. But other than that, I really don't lie because I'm so into the truth. I'm neurotic about it. And you look at these people, they're just all completely into deception and into lies where they've lied to themselves so much that they're just on a whole nother planet.
If you're interested to learn how to create content and spread content, we'll show you how. Go to the Operation How YouTube channel, click on the About button, and then click Message. Send us an email. If you want to engage, become an info warrior, we will train you up.
If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon below the video to get notified when the latest new content drops.
Keep us in your prayers. We get a lot of resistance for putting these videos out, but to Yahweh be the glory.